All right, what up, Who That Nation? We back on here again. But what we're gonna address right quick is it's a bunch of BS that came out last night, and basically the top 100 list. It was something like that. The top 100 list, um, and then it was something to where it was the top 10. They was doing the top 10 quarterbacks, and Brees wasn't on there. Basically, what it come down to, but um. Before we even get into discussion on the disrespect, first off, for everybody in the Who That Nation, we already know what Drew Brees is about, but you know, we can come on here, and give our opinions as everybody else really has. But at the end of the day, it was just a bunch of guys giving their opinions, um, you know. And at the end of the day, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Numbers don't lie. And Breeze got all the numbers. Um, you can bring up stuff about the Super Bowl, how many Super Bowls he's been in and stuff like that. At the end of the day, it's a whole team game. We know during those 5,000-yard seasons, our defense was, historically bad. I mean, we already know this. That's why I said, um, we're on here, but we're not concerned. We really, can care less what they think. We just wanted to really, on my end, I just want to figure out like what goes through people's minds when they doing stuff like that. I mean, what actually goes through their minds? I mean, when you sitting down and you doing things like this, what is literally going through your mind? And I saw that Aaron Rodgers was left off. That can be debatable because, I mean, like I said, his QBR has been great stuff, but he hadn't been in the game as long yet. Now, when he hang the cleats up, yeah, he up there too. But really, what Breeze, he done hit all of these records. So I mean, what is you really looking at when you coming from an individual standpoint? You know, I don't know. WD, man, can you help me out with that, man? I don't know what's up with that, man.
I'm just trying to figure out how much more disrespect we can get from the NFL. The Saints, Drew Brees. I don't know what Drew Brees did to deserve all this hate, man. It almost feels like they gave a list and just knew that they was gonna put Drew Brees on it to begin with. That's how I feel about it. I mean, you look at this, man. All-time passing yards leader. Currently leading in passing touchdowns in the career, man. Most consecutive seasons with 5,000 passing yards. I don't understand it. And like you said, Super Bowls, what we going to talk about Super Bowls now, man?
Yeah.
I mean, Dan Marino doesn't have a single Super Bowl, but he's on the list.
Yeah.
Favre has one Super Bowl, just like Drew Brees. You can even argue that Peyton Manning doesn't have a better career than Drew Brees. And yes, he does have another Super Bowl on his resume. But guess what? That second Super Bowl he was carried to as well with an elite defense.
Yep.
I feel as though if Drew Brees, if he was a quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys and he would have as much success as he did for the Saints, man, I feel as though he would have been on the list. I don't know what it is with the hate with the Saints, Drew Brees. I don't know what it is, bro.
I really don't know either. Like I said, I'm just trying to figure out like what when you sitting at the table and you doing stuff like this, and I heard when you do something like this, of course you want to look out for guys that played like back in the 60s, 50s. There's a few cats on there that played back, in those days before I was even born. But I mean, cats like Dan Marino, John Elway. Brees had a better career than him, in my opinion. Dan Marino, John Elway. I would leave Payton on there, but I mean, like, what? I don't get it, man. I don't know. But I just want to hear from like one of them, like what was y'all looking at when y'all made this list? You can't be looking at Super Bowls because Dan Marino don't even have one.
Yeah. I don't know if they're looking at the errors. My whole thing is if you're gonna do errors, man, then separate them. Do an error, I don't know, do it by 2 decades? I don't know.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to me though.
That's ridiculous, man.
I mean, I don't get it. What Drew Brees is in the same era as Tom Brady and Peyton Manning.
Yep.
I don't get it.
Those three definitely should have been on there. Like I said, it ain't nothing. Peyton Manning should have been on there, But my boy should have been on there too. But like I said, in the Who Dat Nation, we all know, what's good, And I've always said, I'm not saying this just because Brees is on our squad and stuff like that. I've been making arguments with people. I think Brees is just as great as Tom Brady. Like in their prime, Brees was neck to neck, or I would give Brees the edge. And how can you go? I mean, what can you really go against Brees? I mean, what can you say that decipher the two to say Tom Brady was better?
I mean, basically,
one thing that Brady did do, especially in his primes, he didn't turn the ball over like that. Brees, he started working on that, but it was times where, he was definitely turning the ball over with picks. Started working on that. But like from a passing standpoint, far as accuracy, Brady deep ball, he probably had a better deep ball, but like just a pure passer. I mean, what is you looking at?
I don't know what else they could be looking at.
And when they bring up,
what are you gonna blame Drew Brees for having historically bad defenses? I don't get it. I'm pretty sure nobody. I mean, hell, you can say we get it. Like, what's with the hate, bro? It feels like ever since Drew Brees called out Goodell, man, they just been at his neck, bro. At the end of the day, Brees is gonna go out when he's retired, man. He's gonna go out as one of the most disrespected, and some may call underrated, but really it's disrespected quarterback of all time.
That's
I'm gonna say player of all time.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, it's no doubt. Yeah, far as underrated, cause it ain't nothing underrated about him. Like you seeing that the guy is right there with the best, if not a little ahead. I mean, with his play. So it ain't nothing with underrated. It's disrespect. But like I said, once again, at the end of the day, we all know what's good with Brees. I mean, as far as his numbers and stuff, we see him, we watch him every week. But I mean, and y'all can help me out in the comments. Want to comment, man? Just help us out. Like I'm trying to figure out when you sit at a table and you had these discussions, like what is being discussed when you talking about the best. But what is you looking at? Is you looking at his percentage, his record as a starter? Brees got a hell of a record. What is you looking at? Passing TDs? You can't just be looking at Super Bowls only. Because like I said, Dan Marino on the.
Hey, I looked at a stat. You talking about like as far as wins go. Well, compared to the top 10, man, he's fourth in the most wins, man. Drew Brees. So explain all that, man. How they gonna explain?
It's really nothing they can come out and say other than, that's what I said. This right here, it clearly shows, the hate, period. It's no other way around it. But like I said, I do know that, they said they were trying to, look out for guys back in the other eras and stuff like that. But if you talking about top 10, when you talking top 10, like I said, I don't know if it was decade or I really didn't even get into it. Once I saw Brees was when all I've done is looked at that list, and I didn't even want to look at what, because those names on the John Elway, hell of a quarterback. I didn't start. Well, I mean, when I was watching him, he wasn't on the back end. He was kind of, on his prime, dwindling down, in the late 90s, early 2000s with Terrell. But he wasn't sniffing. Wasn't nobody, in my opinion, Brees is the most accurate passer that I've seen.
Yeah.
And the guys back in the day, like football was like different. They was on that wishbone and stuff like that during the day. I mean, back in those days, but like I said, I ain't coming on here whining or nothing. Like we're not whining, because like I said, at the end of the day, we know we have the stats to say Brees is definitely a top 10 quarterback of all time. In my opinion, he's a top 5 all time. Even if he don't win another Super Bowl, this man, as an individual quarterback, when you talking about just in him playing as an individual quarterback, he's a top 5. Even through those 7 to 9 seasons, we had the number 1 offense. He was doing his part. What he could control was the offense. Him getting out the ball to his backs and receivers. He controlled that. We was number 1 with that during those 7 to 9s, but he can't play defense. But like I said, we don't even got to get into all that, because you got a guy on there that never won a Super Bowl. So that's basically it. That's basically all. I just leave with a question, man. Like, what was they looking at? What all do they look at when they analyze that? And it's nothing that they looked at that put Brees out of that discussion. It's nothing. Statistically, it's nothing. Maybe they looked at height. I don't know. Maybe they done it. I mean, I guess it's something like that, man. I don't know. That's ridiculous. But you got anything else to say before we wrap this up?
Oh man, screw the NFL. I know somebody gonna say, say, well, you still watching the NFL, you basically still a customer. You helping them with the business and stuff, It's just, man, as far as like the disrespect towards the Saints, bro. Drew Brees, I don't even have to get started on the Russian stuff from last year, the way they just screwed us, man. It's BS, man. Like, they know what they're doing, bro. And if anybody like try to play it off, disagree, man, like that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, you're basically just fooling yourself. I mean, you trying to play. I mean, like I said, the NFL, we don't watch Goodell and them, play every week. We watching the football players, so of course we gonna enjoy that part, But when it comes to the, the business side of things, like what kind of rush you got out there, what are y'all doing to try to help the game and stuff like that? Yeah, that's BS. We ain't down with that. We don't rock with none of that. But as far as the game of football itself, the players out there, I don't have no envy towards none of the players that's in the football league that's currently playing. I mean, not to my knowledge, I don't. I don't have nothing against none of the football players. All respect. So, as far as the NFL, as far as the people that's in the offices and stuff, yeah, screw them. But that's all we got to say. And basically, like I said, we're not whining about it or nothing like that. This was some breaking news, because they was doing this. It was all on NFL Network. So when it's breaking news like this, and we saw that our man's still getting disrespected, we had to come on here and chop it up for a few minutes. So that's basically it, Who That Nation. We thought the next time we was gonna be on here was doing our post game show, but who knows, when the NFL get involved, man, we don't know what's gonna happen. Something they got to get us on here talking about something, some type of BS they doing. But that's it, man. I don't have anything else to say. WD, you good?
I'm great.
All right, well, we're gonna go on and wrap this thing up. Who That Nation. Just make sure you guys like, subscribe, and follow the page. And we out. Who that?
For life.